Assalamu alaikum guys. In this lecture we will cover object oriented programming basics, which are classes. So classes are actually a blueprints for creating objects. We can create different objects and store the data of that objects and classes. So in order to form classes in Python, we first use the keyword class, and we will do a simple basic exercise here for classes in order to understand that how classes is formed. We make a class of person in which we will store his name, age, status and residence. So first we will make a class by uh, its keyword, then we will would write a function in that class which is init function. For init we will use self, and then we will store the data of that person, such that is self, name, age, status, and then we will self, name, age, status and residence. And now we will store values in this function, that is self dot name is equal to name. Similarly, self dot age is equal to age, and then self dot status is equal to status, and then self dot residence is equal to residence. We use init function in classes to store the attributes. Attributes means the inputs of the object which we are forming. Then we will use a display function to display the values of the object. In display function we will use self function which we have created, means init, and then we will print first self dot name, first object, and then second object, and then third object, and then fourth object. First part of the object was self dot name, second part of the object was self dot age, third part of the object is self dot status, and then fourth part of the object is self dot residence. Now, after creating this class in which we have stored the person, we will create another function out of this class to um, store the values for the attributes in this class. I call this function information. Information represents information of the person. Okay, I call this function information, and then I will write uh, I will write a variable which, and the name of the variable will be person information. I create a variable of my own choice in which I will store the values of the values which for the attributes of that function, of that class. Then in this variable I store the values of this class. I write the class person, and then first I store the name. Name is Ijazwali, for example, and his age is 50 years, and status is single, and residence is Manseha. After creating a variable in which I have stored the inputs of that class, I then display 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 that variable, and after displaying it I use a print command and store it \n, which represents the lines. Means if I do not use \n, then I will get all the attributes in a single line. If I want multiple lines, then I will use \n. Similarly, the dash multiply 40 represents the dashes. Then after that my function is formed, my whole class and my display function is formed, and now I will call the function at any time to get the attributes of that class. I have called that function and I run the code. I get the name of the person Ijaz Wali, age of the person